Right. Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. It is February 8th, 2024. Just about like a 9:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. BTC 46K on Binance, give or take. So we just got a 24 to 48 hours breakout. So we'll take a look at BTC on a macro basis and what type of price action we could be anticipating going into the halving or even the post halving, okay, going into a Q2 and the second half of 2024. All right, so now let's go ahead and dive into the analysis, right? Because I want to make it a quick update, and we want to go through all the important details and all that good stuff, right? So we'll start off on a monthly basis, right? So the monthly is quite important. As we seen last month actually, back in January, when we started to flip negative right here, all the bears started to come out and say, okay, that's what I was trying to tell you guys. We're gonna dump down to like a 3K, 2K, 1K, and all that good stuff. BTC is going to zero, right? And I was like, guys, it is very important to zoom out, right, and not be panicking just because we got a weekly bearish candle or we got a weekly topping tail, right? On a monthly basis, what we want to see is like a body candle, right, closing below the weekly 21. That's the only thing we need over the next like a 12 month to 18 month, okay, till basically the second half of 2025. If you guys recall, we're talking about like the 4-year cycle. So we're analyzing BTC based on the 4-year cycle, not just because BTC just pumped like 5 to 7%. Okay, so if you guys recall, we discussed it back in June 20, not June, but November 2022, when we said, okay, 18 months before the halving, that's the best time to buy. So if you bought BTC back in November 2022, when we discussed it around like 19K to 16K, we said just accumulate around that level because it is 18 months before the halving, and you don't want to wait till like 2 to 3 months before the halving to start buying BTC. Instead, you want to wait till it is like let's say 3 to 4 or 5 months before the halving to be buying alt, because BTC could be potentially 100%, 200% below above the absolute bottom. And that's exactly what's happening right now. If you take a look at it right here, the bottom 15.5, right, and now we are around like a 45K, so 200% above, okay, the absolute bottom back in November 2022. So everything we've been discussing over the last 18 months, right, give or take, right, has been playing out perfectly. Okay, so what are we looking for right now? We're looking for BTC on a monthly basis, right, to stay above the weekly 21 EMA. It is very important, okay? Doesn't matter if we get a bearish monthly candle or not, right? So as long as we can keep a body candle above the weekly 21 EMA on our monthly basis, we could still say like, okay, we are still right in a macro uptrend. So there is no need to be looking for 15K like most bears, right now they feeling the pain, okay, because they've been waiting for 15K over the last 15 months, right? Take a look at it right here, 15K right here back in November 2022. It's already 15 months, okay, and they still waiting for like they still waiting for 15K, right? 15 months they've been calling for like a 15K, 5K, 10K, and all that good stuff, and we haven't seen it, right? So now that's the only thing we need to know on the monthly, other than like we need to close above 45.5, right, on the monthly basis. Okay, so I know the move looks pretty good. We got 3 more weeks to go, so plenty of time to close above 45.5 to 46.5. The higher the better. Why 45.5? Because if we basically switch on a quarterly basis, you can see the relationship between the 45.5, right, and the quarterly time frame, or the monthly time frame and the quarterly time frame, right? So you can see we broke down from like a 45.5 right there, right, back in Q2 2022. If you guys followed us back then, we were saying like BTC will capitulate down to the monthly 21 EMA or even down to the quarterly 21 EMA. That's why you can see this big candle right here right? Dumped like from like a 46.5 give or take all the way down to like a 19K, which was our macro bottom target. Okay, so we need a monthly close above 45.5 up to 46.5. Okay, if the quarterly closes above 45.5, 46.5, it'll be even better. Okay, it'll be even better. So the higher the time frame, the better it is. So monthly 45.5 up to 46.5, quarterly 45.5 up to 46.5, and then we could basically start to look for the 58K and all that good stuff. We could potentially even get to like a 58K this quarter if everything looks good, but I wouldn't be surprised if we just stay in this range of like 50K to a 40K area, give or take, right? For the rest of the quarter. And in Q2 we could just get a big candle like that, but to the upside. You see how the Q2 2022 basically capitulated, to the downside like that. We could get the inverse of it to the upside and hit basically 80K to 100K. That's possible. Okay, I'm not saying that's what we're going to get, but it is something like you should basically be aware of. Okay, so now we're done with the monthly, the quarterly, and all that good stuff. So now let's take a look at BTC on a weekly basis. So on a weekly basis, we're about to get our biggest, okay, or our highest weekly candle close. All right, our highest weekly candle close basically since, I would say, actually Q1 2022, end of Q1 2022. So that's going to be, that's going to be great if we can close above 46.8, right? It doesn't have to, even if we close, let's say, even if we close above 46.5, we're going to get our highest weekly close, okay, since like Q2 2022, right? So that's going to be quite important, right? So looking pretty good. So on a weekly basis, beautiful weekly candle, right? So short-term resistance, right, within this entire range, right? Short-term resistance just by like a 47 to a 49K area, right? Just in case we do spend another few weeks, right, around this area and do not break out above the 50K area. So keep an eye on the 47, 49, right, within the next like a few weeks. As I said, we just want to close above 45.5, 46.5 for this month. It doesn't have to go to 58K. Okay, it doesn't have to go to 58K. But BTC is crazy. It can go to 58K tomorrow. I'm not saying it will, but better be bullish, right? At least from my own opinion, I'm bullish on the macro, right? And for supports, right, in case we get some basically resistances and all that good stuff, and we do not break out above 49K area, we still got our weekly 21 EMA. Okay, the weekly 21 as of now, it is at 38,656.8 for Leroy, right? If we do not close above 46, 47K area before end of the month, right? So we'll see how it looks, okay, before end of the month, but it looks really good. Okay, so the next important time frame, it is not the 3D, but it is the 2D time frame, right? As I discussed in my premium group, right, few weeks ago, I was saying like the entire range right here, it is nothing but a sideways correction area, right, until we potentially get a 2D up to 3D bullish crossover on our MACD. Okay, so if you take a look at the 2D, we just got a positive momentum, okay, and above the histogram. So it is, I would say, 75 to 85% a bullish move, right? Why 75 to 85%, not 100% Leroy? Because our 3D MACD is not yet positive. Okay, so we don't want to be like, be 100% bullish when we know our 3D MACD still got like a few days to go, right, before crossing positive. So keep an eye on the 3D MACD and the 2D MACD at the same time, okay, for a bullish continuation to the upside. Okay, so the 2D MACD positive, that's the good news. The only thing I would be careful about is like the 2D MACD just does something like that, okay, which basically going to give us a longer consolidation. Okay, meaning like we could get a different pattern where this guy could basically get some sort of like a resistance right here. I'm not saying it will, I'm just showing you guys the potential correction we could get in this range, right? So if the 2D MACD for whatever reason right here it crosses basically a negative, right, we could get another move right here, right? Or it could even be a wedge pattern. We don't know. It could be a wedge pattern all the way up to 58K. So we just don't know what we're going to get, right? So we cannot just say like, you know, just because, you know, we basically cross positive, we will go bullish stick to the upside. So just have to be very nimble, right, in this range, right? I'm macro bullish, but at the same time, I'm pretty much very open, right, for a potential sideways correction if we do not break out above 50K and get up to like a 58K. Okay, so and by the way, 58K, I'm not looking for 58 to be the top. Okay, you guys know based on the macro basis, right, we're looking for the 1.618 extension to the upside of our wave, you know, wave 1. Okay, so let's say our wave 1 is right there, right? Our wave 2, remember we discussed about the wave 2 last year. Okay, we talked about like how wave 2, after the wave 2 we will be basically getting our wave 3, and wave 3 we could be looking for what, 1.618 extension to the upside, which is going to be somewhere around like a 80K. Okay, 1.5 gonna be somewhere around like a 70, give or take, right, depending on how you want to draw your fibs, Leroy, right there. Okay, so give or take, okay, you know, roughly around like a 80K. So once we take out 57, 58, we'll be looking for the $80,000 BTC, and then later on we could be talking about like 100K, 150, 180, and all that good stuff, right? So just to recap it, it's already almost like a 10 minutes, 12 minutes, right, for BTC. On a monthly basis, it looks good. On a quarterly basis, it looks good. On a weekly basis, it looks really, 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 really good. We're above the weekly 21, above the, you know, histogram. MACD is positive, no sort of divergence in terms of like a RSI, in terms of like a, you know, weekly basis, right? Yes, you could draw a divergence, something like that, right? However, you could easily get wrecked because your RSI could get higher, right? So that's why I don't want to draw a divergence as of now. Just stay positive, you know, until we basically get, you know, a price action below the weekly 220 EMA before we talk about any reversal and all that good stuff. Okay, and the next most important time frame is like the 2D MACD is just crossing positive, just like the way we discussed it on you know, on the BTC dominance. Okay, whenever we get a positive crossover on our 2D MACD, we basically tend to get a big move to the upside. As you can see right here, back in June, we crossed positive. The BTC dominance was around like a 47%, right? And we called for a big move to 51 to you know, 52%, and we got that move. Okay, right here we also discussed it, right, back in March 2023, the 2D MACD crossed positive after a consolidation, double top, double bottom, we broke out to the upside. Okay, and we just got another fresh 2D MACD below the histogram, so it could potentially be a new bull trend for the BTC dominance, and we could basically finally hit 57% and all that good stuff, or even up to 63. Remember, it is a new year, right? New cycle, you know, the halving going to be in 2 months, right? And we know BTC likes to you know, make some crazy move, okay, during the halving year. It could do it before the halving or, you know, after the halving, but the most important thing is like, don't mess up the next 12 to 18 months. Okay, don't mess up the next 12 to 18 months. The hardest thing was like to be bullish 18 months ago if you follow our channel. So the following 18 months, we, you know, let's say we're already 200% above the bottom. There is no need to be doing anything crazy. Stay macro bullish. You know, those 10 to 15% pullbacks on a macro basis on BTC, we will be getting them. Okay, so but it doesn't mean like you know, we have to basically say, okay, we're going down to like a 10K, 5K, 3K, and all that good stuff, right? So super important to stay macro bullish. It's my own opinion, right? You can basically be bearish and be crypto salty, or be a Dr. Dump and Pump and all that good stuff. But the trend, it is still up as long as we're keeping a body candle above the monthly 221 EMA. Okay, so just a quick update on the USDT dominance. So the USDT dominance was a little bit scary last month with the retest of the macro trend line right here and got a bounce back up. However, it never crossed above the weekly 221 EMA. If we basically take a look at it on a weekly basis right here, you can see it bounced back up and hit the weekly 221 EMA. MACD right here on a weekly basis is quite negative, okay, not showing any sign of resilience. So we'll see if the strength of the BTC price action will keep the USDT dominance down. That'd be great if BTC USDT can maintain a positive momentum above 50K and all that good stuff. It means, like, you know, bears will just have to give up, and basically you know, the USDT dominance will basically break below the macro trend line support right here. Okay, so you can see the first retest November 2018, we got the June 2019, April 2021, right, and all that good stuff right here. April 2021 right there. Okay, April, May 2021, and the retest of the November 2021, and finally right here December 2023, you know, January 2024, BTC collapsed from let's say 49 to 39K. Okay, so if we can break below 5.1%, right, and just slide down to let's say 3.8, it'll be great if we can dump down to 3.8, right? But the temporary support will be somewhere around 4.8, right? Because it moves very slow, so I don't think we will dump from like 5.7 down to like a 3.7 that quickly. Okay, it could take like a 2 to 3 months before we drop down to these lows, unless we get a 30%, 40% breakout out of nowhere from BTC. Yes, the dominance, the USDT dominance could definitely collapse down to 3.5. Okay, so I think that is it for BTC, right? We discussed, we talked about the USDT dominance. It is still bullish, right? Even though it dropped slightly below the weekly 21, it is pushing back up. So we'll see, you know, we'll see if we're going to get a positive momentum above the 55, right? 55 right here, and hit 57%, okay? And all that good stuff, okay? So you have to remember at the same time, the BTC dominance, right? Let's do this. If you do a swing low, swing high down to swing low, 0.618, it is around like a 58%, okay? That's why we're targeting the 57% right here. Let's double check. Yeah, it is on log scale, okay? On a log scale, 58%, it is right around the 0.618, okay? So we'll see if we're going to get there within the next like a few weeks, okay? And all that good stuff. So don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group, link in the description. You can also join Send Premium group, link in the description for the Discord Premium for some weekly update, monthly update, short-term update, macro update, and all that good stuff. BTC, altcoin, Ethereum, of course, and all that good stuff, okay? Someone asked about a couple of alt. Let's do this. So FTM, okay, so I'm just going to talk about these on a monthly basis, right? Not on a low degree. So on a monthly basis, the white moving average, you can see right there, it is the weekly 220 EMA, okay? Your yellow moving average, it is your basically a monthly 220 EMA, right? So most of these alt, they're getting basically some sort of like a squeeze between their monthly 21 EMA and weekly 21 EMA on a monthly basis. Okay, so it is a macro consolidation, so you just have to be patient, right? On a macro basis, right? If you're bearish, you could basically say, okay, it is a head and shoulder type formation, and we could be dumping down, right, down to 0.618. However, we know after the halving, okay, the post halving era, alt will be breaking out to the upside. So taking the risk to read it as a head and shoulder type formation is very risky. So the best thing to do is just look at it as a macro consolidation, just like Link, right? Link consolidated for 15 months, right? If we take a look at FTM consolidating, like let's say for like a 20 month, okay? So for nearly 2 years, okay? So it is likely, okay, if BTC breaks out above 50K, FTM is likely to be breaking out above the $1 area and could be consolidating above the $1 to 150 until basically all season starts, and it could basically blast off back to an all-time high or even higher. Okay, so on a monthly basis, at the same time, we got a positive crossover on our MACD. So we'll see if the MACD will be trending higher above the histogram over the next like a few months, let's say 12 to 18 months, right? And all that good stuff. Okay, so still under consolidation. The next one is OEN. So OEN and FTM, I'm pretty familiar with them. If you basically follow our channel back in 2020, we talked about FTM, OEN, and many other alt when they were consolidating at the bottom, okay, especially against BTC, right? So just a macro consolidation as of now, similar to Link once again and FTM. So just need to break out above 20.025 to a 0.03, right here, and then we could be looking for more upside. Okay, 0.618 around almost 9 cents right there. Okay, 50% pullback around like a 0.057, if and only if we can basically take out the monthly 21 EMA. Okay, just like most of these alt, they tend to struggle to take out the monthly 21 EMA. So if it breaks out to the monthly 21 EMA around like a 0.028, right, and let's say it gets some sort of like a rejection, just use the weekly 21 EMA as your support, right? And basically stay with the uptrend and all that good stuff. As long as BTC is in a macro bull trend, alt will be in a macro bull trend. As we discussed, the last quarter of 2023 was the accumulation phase, and you can go back and check most of these alt, they bottom in October, November 2023, and we talked about it like guys a year ago. We said don't worry about alt, just wait for the last quarter of 2023. So it is not a time to be basically waiting for lower prices. If we get lower prices, great, we just have to take advantage of those lower prices, right? But based on the time cycle or the 4-year cycle, it is not a time to be looking for lower prices for alt. If we get them, I would take advantage of them. Okay, if we don't, we just have to know the accumulation phase is already over, right? So I could be totally wrong, but that's what I see. Okay, so we got David in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Somebody asked about Dogecoin. You guys know I'm super bullish on Dogecoin, right? So even though I don't talk about Dogecoin a lot, I'm bullish on Dogecoin, right? So macro accumulation on a monthly basis. So if I zoom it in, right? If I zoom it in, you can see your white moving average right there. That's your weekly 21 EMA, and your orange, not orange, Leroy, yellow, okay, moving average is your monthly 21 EMA. Price action getting squeezed right there. Okay, so just consolidating. All right, we hit the monthly 21 EMA, got rejected, came back down to the weekly 21. So just have to be patient. If you basically short-term trading or let's say swing trading Doge, yes, it is boring. As of now, it is not doing anything, but we talked about it back in October. I said, guys, 5 cents, 6 cents, 7 cents, accumulate Doge, right? Because it is already the last quarter of 2023, so no need to be waiting for lower prices. If we get lower prices, great. If we don't, you know what's next, okay? Short-term resistance got hit right here, 10 cents, 11 cents. It came back down to the weekly 21 for some reload zone, right? Just have to wait for the next like a short to medium term resistance around like 13 to a 15 cents area right here, right? So if we go up to a 13 to 15 cents, just have to wait for the weekly 21 again if we get another pullback up, right? But just have to be very cautious going all out or all in at the same time, right? If you are basically holding a big bag and all that good stuff, okay? Because you might go all out around 16 cents and sucker pump all the way up to 30 cents, right? So just have to take some profits and wait for it to cool back down 25 to 40% to get back in, okay? And you might be like, 40%, that's a lot, but take a look at it right here. Sucker dump like 30%. So 25 to a 30, 40% pullback for this alt, is pretty normal. So it is nothing crazy to see any of these alt to pull back down 25 to a 40%, right? So let's take a look at ADA. So ADA, I just talked about it in my premium, super bullish on a daily basis with a, let's take a look at it on the monthly first. On a monthly basis, just like most of these alt, okay? Okay, so ADA, we talked about it back in October. You guys remember when ADA was around like a 28, 27 cents. We said, okay, the biggest upside resistance going to be the 60 cents to a 66. Okay, that was like 100% move, right? Because we were ready for what? The last quarter of 2023. Yes, you don't know which one of these alt will basically hit those target within that, within that time frame. But the main thing was like 90% of these alt they bottom back in October, right? So ADA, beautiful breakout on a monthly basis above the weekly 21 EMA, broke out above the monthly 21 EMA, right? And hit the resistance area 60 to 66 cents, and came back down to retest the weekly 21. Now on the daily, we do have a nice bullish pattern if you are looking for a short-term trade, okay? A short to medium term, okay, because it could last like for a couple of weeks, right? So it is a wedge pattern. MACD is positive right here, a bullish divergence right there, right? You could have looked at it on the 12 hour. If you look at it on the 12 hour, let's take a look at it on the 12 hour right here. On the 12 hour, you can definitely see the divergence right there, right? And price action is above the 21. All the moving averages are looking to cross positive, and you got your MACD above the histogram. So on the 12 hour, you got a green light. The only problem is like you could get a longer consolidation right here. That's the only problem, right? Because the daily, it is still below the histogram. So even if we do not break out right now, right, we could still get some longer consolidation right there, where MACD going to just spend a longer time to basically a breakout, right? So it looks pretty good, right? For a potential move back up to like a 66 and all that good stuff, right? So guys, I'm just gonna keep it short, right? So it is already almost 28 minutes, 30 minutes, right? So I wanted to do it a 25 minutes video and all that good stuff. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to hit the likes, okay? It doesn't cost you anything and all that good stuff. You can also share the video and all that good stuff in your other, public groups and all that good stuff, okay? If you want to join the premium group, check out the link in the description for, for Send Crypto Premium Group. All right, we got Quiet Cook cooking some ADA, flushing some USDT down the drain. We got C-Rod, thanks a lot for tuning in. We got hash rate 8784, 1356 in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in. Safe House, thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll take a look at Uniswap and LQTYX GDXEY later on, okay? Jude Moonboy in the house. Mark in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Aladino, thanks a lot for tuning in. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.